Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of Ocean Avenue with your host Fallenwolf. Oh! So, first thing we are all going to notice is that this is a completely different background than when I last played this. Also, you're gonna notice it's been a while since I've played this game. I'm sorry, I apologize. I've been a little busy. I'm sorry. I know I never finished it. But the good news is, so much of this VN by my wonderful friend Dirk the Red Panda, whose icon is right there at the center of the screen. Dirk the Red Panda, who is obviously the creator and the writer of this VN, pretty much everything besides the artist, has done some major revisions to this VN. One of the biggest things you're going to notice in the VN is that the art is different. There is officially an artist for this VN. Dirk the Red Panda was doing the art previously. I was okay with it. It was good for, you know, I'm not gonna talk negative about the art because, I mean, you know, new to art. And also it was kind of a first draft, essentially. The VN, you know, essentially that's why we have versions. It was a first draft, so I was expected it would change over the course of the months or possibly years it takes to finish the VN. Was working on it, but now he has an official artist while he regulates art, you know, the art sprites and such to an artist while the creator, Dirk the Red Panda, my friend, continues to focus on the really important parts: the writing, the scripting, the backgrounds, yeah, VN work is really hard. That's why you really should support it. That's why you really should support your VN creators. I mean, obviously, you know, be honest. Be honest if you don't like it, but don't just like it because you don't like it. You know what I mean? But anyway, this is going to be kind of a reboot episode. This still is technically part 3, but it is going to be essentially a reboot. I am going to be, because I think I had 2 previous streams of this, I think. But anyway, I'm going to be redoing this since so much has changed and so much art and stuff. I figure it would be better anyway if I just start right back at the beginning. Don't worry, everybody who liked the other videos. The other videos are staying. I will not be getting rid of the other videos in case people who enjoy, because I know a lot of people lately, I've noticed have been watching a lot of my older stuff, and it's a little embarrassing. It really is, but it's also humbling to know how far the channel's going. I will be keeping those. Anyway, but Dirk the Red Panda, I'm excited. This is talking to you. I'm very excited to start playing your VN again. I'm curious to see how I feel about it. And I also did want one last statement. This series, unlike the previous one that was live streamed, these are going to be pre-recorded episodes. Again, since I've started back working a full-time job, I don't have as much time to live stream as I would like to, and it's just easier to record the videos one day and focus on editing them the next day. You know, a little bit of the same day I record them and then finish it up the next day. So just for the sake of making things easier on me, I'm going to be making it a pre-recorded series, but that doesn't mean you're still not going to enjoy it. You still can respond to my reactions. Just pretend I'm in the room with you. It's perfectly normal. It's not weird at all. I promise you. Ignore the weird wolf in the corner. It's fine. He's not there. You know, she's not there. Ignore it. But anyway, all right, let's get started. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get started. Let's see if anything. Oh, already we've got some a nice September 7th Monday. Already day 1. Already we've got a nice decent animation transition. I should know the proper term. All right, September 7th we're starting off, which is like the beginning of school. Beginning of like kind of close to like the beginning of winter semester for campus. Ooh, okay. I like the new UI. It's simple but nice. The pictures look a little more crisp. I don't know what the only thing is. The pictures look like they're real life pictures and not blurred. I don't know how that's going to be, but again, this is version. By the way, this is version 3.0. Was Marcus here already? I thought he was coming in half an hour. I should go get my backpack then. As I reach for the dark green bag propped under the kitchen table, I glance at my phone, directly above on the table edge. Wait, oh! Oh, no. Oh. Oh, he looks so good. He looks so handsome. Oh, he looks so handsome. I like the art. I like him in this style. He looks really nice. Oh. And then you just hear the bells ring. Oh. Wait. Turns out it was my email notification. Why did they make this as the default tone? The message is from MBL Pro Tour Jobs. My heart begins to race. I've been waiting for them to get back to me for 2 weeks now. Why haven't they emailed me until now? They told me to give them a week. Dear Evan, we appreciate your interest in joining the National Beach League Volleyball Tour crew. We had numerous applicants apply and were thoroughly amazed with what everyone brought to the table. We were impressed by your list of accomplishments and qualifications. However, we will not be moving forward with your application for the upcoming spring season. There were many tough cuts made while selecting our candidates. We hope to hear from you again for future seasons and wish you luck with your career journey. The rest of the email contains the interview. Oh, I've got so many emails like that. Not for like sports, not for like obviously trying to join official sports leagues, but like jobs. Job interviews always do that. They're like we had many candidates apply for this position and we were greatly impressed by all of them. And then it's like you look at the next sentence underneath that sentence. However, you did not get the job. Go fuck yourself. Have a good day. I know it doesn't really say that, but sometimes it can really feel like that. Trust me, it can really feel like that when it's something you really want to get into. The rest of the email contains the interviewer's contact and other company info. The email is threaded to 2 prior emails, which have my original application and interview respectively. Wait. Why does Evan Sorry, no. I'm not being mean, I promise. Evan, that doesn't look like Evan is sighing. It looks like he's coughing from inhaling a substantial amount of a illegal substance, we'll call it. He's just like I'm sorry. I didn't, you know what, I'm gonna make Dirk hate me. Dirk's gonna be like, you know what, you're banned from playing my VN. You can't play your VN on my channel. And I'm like, no! Please, I'm sorry. I gotta keep the masses entertained somehow. Looks like this summer was a perfect record for internships. I closed the email along with the app's window. Nothing like getting a motivational speech before you play. The biggest kicker is that I'm going to the beach today to play. Yeah, motivational. I had my eyes set on that job for the past 2 years. Well, oh, actually, you know what? I gotta save that for a reason, for future video thing. Ooh. I had my eyes set on that job for the past 2 years. Once I was finally qualified enough, I applied. I spent that time coaching youth teams and running my own events. I was sure the latter one would have them sold. I guess not. I slide my phone into my right pocket and proceed to doze off. I wake up to someone knocking. My heart skips a beat. I get out of my... You know what? The music's kind of low. I'm going to turn up the music just a little bit. Preferences. Oh, I like that menu. Because, I mean, this video is going to probably get demonetized anyway. I'm not even monetized yet. I have 1,000 subs, but I'm trying to wait a little bit before I try to apply for monetization, because I know monetization is very picky. So like I'm gonna wait a little bit, but definitely, sometime within this year, I am gonna apply for monetization. The few cents that YouTube decides to sprinkle, the few coins that YouTube decides to sprinkle my way. I get out of my chair and promptly head to the door. It's a good thing I had nothing else to do earlier. The perks of fun employment. Ooh, that's a nice house. That's a nice house. Dirk, is that your house? That's a nice house. I open the door and am greeted by a German Shepherd 6 inches taller than me. Since I'm the only one home for now, I have to lock up the house before leaving. After doing so, we start to chat. Whoa! Whoa! Marcus, you got a little... Marcus, you alright there? You look a little, pumped, puffy. Did you have an accident with the air hose again? I think Marcus has an accident with an air hose again. How have you been, Marcus? I haven't seen you in a month. I'm doing all right. I wish I didn't have to take that summer course. I feel bad for you, man. I've been there before. What's it for? General Ed. My spring professor was awful. Did you have to... Yeah, history teachers are intense at San Vicente. He holds up his key fob and unlocks his car. We get seated and close the doors before resuming. I'm still jealous that you've been at uni all these years. I'm not sure how much longer I could stand living with my family. Yeah, I can relate to you. Yes, by the way, I'm giving Marcus Leo's voice from Echo. Deal with it. We went to high school together and then went our own ways once we graduated. I spent the next 2 years at community college while Marcus spent those years already at university. However, since I'm transferring to San Vicente this year, we'll be back together. Unlike his family, I can't afford 4 years of university. I'm still grateful that my parents are helping me pay for college, though. Lord knows where I'd be otherwise. Marcus starts up the car and exits the driveway, heading towards the main thoroughfare of our hometown. He finally chimes in. Did you ever hear back from the NBL? I wince as he brings up the fresh wound. Yeah. Oh. Sorry, man. Thanks. I guess this wasn't my year. Means I'll have more time to get familiar with San Vicente. Marcus nods as he looks back at the road. I stare at Marcus for an extra second. I can't get that nagging voice out of my head. You need to get an internship now, Evan. They won't hand you a job on a golden platter once you graduate. Thanks, Dad. Love you too. Rays of light beam through the windshield as we traverse the sizzling freeway. Not only is the ground suffering a heat stroke, but so am I. I've never been fond of the scorching sun, but I have my reasons to suffer through it. God, it's so hot out. I mean, look at you. I'd be dying if I had all that fur. I comment as my eyes drip. I really, for a minute there, I was getting stunned because I really thought he was going to say another comment about the heat at Marcus. And I was about to be like, are we going there already? We just started the VN. It hasn't even been 5 minutes. It hasn't even been 5 minutes yet. I comment as my eyes drift towards the temperature gauge. 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Disgusting. Disgusting. My attention diverts to the sound of the asphalt rumbles under the car. Remind me why we're going today? I remark as I get out my flask. The leather seats are roasting my legs. It was the only day I could invite enough guys without all the courts being taken. Most of the time, the frat houses invade them with their beer die tables. Fun. I hate it when they leave their single cups on the courts. Well, that's what you get when you put a university next to a beach. Some of their houses are right alongside the shores, so it's not uncommon to see frats and sororities out there all day. At night, must be a nice lifestyle. I could only get 2 of the guys to come. Sorry about that. But you'll meet the rest of them eventually. You don't have to apologize for them, I get it. It doesn't help that it's Labor Day weekend. They're either going physically or mentally. I could see why. But it shocked me that Vic could still come today. Vic? You'll meet him today. Sounds like he's fun at parties. At least I'll have another connection. Being a transfer, I'm going to need all the connections I can get here. Knowing Marcus is a good start, although that's a given for me. The next few minutes drag on as the outside ambience took over. It wasn't until halfway through our 75-minute drive that we broke the silence again. So, what positions do these guys play for indoor? They're both middles. Great. You got a problem with middles? Not with part-timers. You know you don't count. I was probably the only one that could pass on our high school team. I remember when you shocked the coach at tryouts. He can pass too? I put on a gruff voice as I extend my forearms outward, shaking them back and forth as I point towards Marcus. He replies with a huskier voice, more accurate to our coach sounded. I haven't seen a tall guy pass that well since Dalcaster signed him up for the beach. The two of us chuckle as we reminisce about junior year. If only he knew that we played beach volleyball together since freshman year. Dude, I was so hyped for indoor that season. Remember all the high fives we came up with when we subbed in for each other? You mean like the scissor fist bump? The scissor fist bump? I start to mimic the move, intersecting my elbows and twisting my upper body sideways. We looked so graceful out there. Marcus continues laughing as he rolls his eyes and starts to smile. Your dad was so pissed off when we did that. I will not I will not have my son looking like a ballerina out there. He's already playing a girl's sport. Oof. Yikes. Yikes, we got one of those people. Yikes. That's a yikes. That's a big yikes. The grin he worked up is suddenly wiped off his face, his lips now pursed, angled down slightly. Crap, my bad. Don't worry about it, man. It was pretty funny. Yeah. It sucks that it was one of the only times we were both starters. There were a couple of reasons for that. Was that the same year we made the varsity beach team? Yeah, I remember going to half of their matches with you. All we ever did was mess around with the starters from the sideline. Didn't they try pairing you up with our other middle? It's pretty common to see indoor programs attempt to make their tall guys into beach volleyball players, usually with little success. Marcus is still recalling it. And didn't you have to take most of the court for serve-receive? Yep, God, that was such a pain. He rolls his eyes, smirking a little. If you weren't driving right now, I'm sure you would love to reenact it. You're probably going to need to today. They're not that bad. Unlike high school, they actually teach everyone how to pass. Marcus diverts my attention as we get off the exit. He gestures at the ocean, which is now bordering the road we are on. You never took me to Ocean Beach this way before. Didn't you take this road to get to orientation? Well, yeah, but that's because there was construction that day. I didn't know you could drive straight to Ocean Beach from here. Yeah, you'll get used to it. I better. I imply as I brush it off with a chuckle. Before you know it, you'll have this route memorized like the back of your hand. It only took me 3 months to memorize it by heart. Now, is it like going on autopilot? Yeah. Isn't it crazy we'll be going to the same university in a couple of weeks? I turn to the left, eyeing the view of the distant campus. It sure is a beauty. Ooh, that looks nice. Dirk, I gotta ask you again. Is this your university campus? Or is this another, like, community college? It looks kind of small, actually. That's just me, though. Maybe it's only because it's one part of it. This looks kind of small for a university. It looks more like a campus. I mean, it looks more like a community college. Or, for other people languages, a junior college. It takes us about 10 minutes to finally reach the campus. Inside are 2 of the physical science buildings, along with some sort of study hall connecting them. How will I be able to navigate this place? Fortunately, I have the GPS himself sitting next to me. Those buildings are for the engineering courses. If only my art courses were as close to the beach. You're still doing art in college? I mean, that's great, man. I just thought... I'm still doing it. Not sure how much longer, though. Don't worry about it. Dad hasn't taken much notice of it. If I had anything to complain about, it would be the fact that it's on the other side of campus, facing the mountains. Why do I get the feeling this is somewhat personal for Dirk? But I'm not going to invade his privacy. Moving on. Any reason why the art buildings are on the mountainside? Marcus pondered the question, giving it some thought before giving an answer in a matter-of-fact fashion. Supposedly, it helps the artists get in the zone. In general, it's much quieter than the ocean side. Huh. Well, that does make sense considering the ocean attracts students like moths. Yeah, right? More people just gravitate towards the beach. Plus, I heard the art department got the short end of the stick when they were being built. That sucks. Not like I have a problem with it. They have trails there I can hike after class. That's cool, man. I'm probably one of the only art students who uses it, though. Not everybody grew up in an outdoorsy family like you. Whatever you say, Tent Master. Tent Master. I blush to cover my face as Marcus brings up that memory. How was I supposed to know where the extra pole went? I nearly suffered. I like these head icons. I'm gonna love these head icons. Okay, that pose is perfect. I nearly suffocated when it collapsed. No, you didn't. You weren't inside the beast. All I had to do was unzip the entrance. It took you 10 minutes. Seconds. I couldn't breathe through it. We continue to banter about my near-death experience the rest of the way. By the time we park, I'm already exhausted. As Marcus shifted the car and park, I grabbed the backpack between my legs, placing it on my lap. He hops out of the car to retrieve his backpack and mesh bag, filled with balls, since we got a spot close to the sand. It only takes us a minute to find an open court. You better not mention this to the guys. Your silence speaks volumes. Silence can't talk. Oh my god, you know what I meant. We start to unpack our stuff. A couple of minutes pass by before anyone showed up. The first guy to show up is a lanky lion, a couple of inches taller than Marcus. He approaches us walking in a somewhat slow stride. He looks down most of the way, not breaking contact with the ground until he gets within a foot of the court. After giving it some thought, the lion opens his mouth. Oh! It's this guy again. What was his... Evan, right? I think it was Evan. Evan, right? I think his name was Evan. Hello? Hello? What's your name? The phrase comes out staggered. As soon as he finishes the sentence, his eyes waver towards the ocean. My name is Evan. Wait, why? I'm mixing... No! I'm already mixing names up. Evan is the main character. No, this... I can't remember this guy's name. Evelyn? Evelyn? No, that's my sister. No, Evan. Oh, nice to meet you, Evan. Nice to meet you, too. What's... I forgot to say, I'm Kenneth, but everyone calls me Kenny. The lion scratches the back of his neck, visibly regretting his blunder. Once again, his focus wavered off, this time towards the net. Okay, pleasure to meet you, Kenny. Oh, he's so shy. Kenny's so shy. It's Kenny. I remember Vic, though. It's Vic and then Selma, I think. He's still distracted even after delivering my retort. Kenny moves on from me, walking towards the pole our bags are at. As he gets there, he puts his backpack down and starts looking at his phone. After acknowledging Marcus, Kenny continues to check his phone. Marcus walks to me, moving us a few feet away from Kenny. Don't worry about it. Sometimes he has a hard time picking up things. Oh, that's not a problem. Is he any different when he plays? A little bit. Dude, I just can't get over how, like, look at Marcus. Like, look how buff the artist made Marcus. Like, I mean, I know, you know, I guess that he was already, you know, already buff, in the old art, but, like, this is, like, but this art is really good. Like, I really quickly, the art, you know, we'll get to it later. Let me see the rest of the characters. We'll save this for the end. Our conversation drops for a minute until I come up with another question. How'd you guys meet? We both play on the beach and indoor club teams. Wait, you guys have a beach club team? Yeah. Really? My community college didn't have a beach team. Yeah, Kenny's a year behind us, but when he joined last year, we became well acquainted. He's pretty chill once you get to know him. He just takes a while to open up. That's a relief. I thought I gave off bad vibes or something. I look back towards Kenny. He's still on his phone, but now he's starting to swipe at it, apparently playing something. Marcus cues me to walk back with him so we can visit with Kenny. Once we start heading back, Kenny swiftly puts his phone away, acknowledging us with a subtle grin. How have you been, Kenny? It's been like 3 months since we last hung out. It really has? I was working on a piece for school. I couldn't get it off my mind. That's cool. After the slight lull, Marcus brings up back into conversation. Maybe starting up this early will help us beat Los Ojos this year. That would be nice. You were a great matchup against the middle, but their damn right sides drove me nuts. I thought you did a good job with them. I guess. Marcus trails off, shrugging off the compliment. But when I rotated to the back row, it was hell defending against them. Didn't help that our other outsides were half a foot shorter than you, like your friend. Kenny nonchalantly points at me with his palm up. Is he calling me short? Short people can block too. Just because I lack height doesn't mean I can't compete with you. I sighed. Don't think about it, Evan. There's more to you than your length. Was that a sexual joke? There's more to you than your length. I can't tell if that was just meant to be a normal joke or... Okay, moving. I'm sorry, with VNs I have to do this because VNs have such subtle... you know, furry VNs always have freaking NSFW stuff in them. It's almost impossible to find one that doesn't. Except Nekojisi, the SFW version, and even that one has little hints. Oh, Evan, I forgot to tell you, I'm back to playing outside now. For the most part. Marcus rolls his eyes benevolently. I expected Kenny's expression to lighten up after that, but it reverts back into a plain stare. I really do like the art though. It's nice. Like Kenny, you could tell Kenny is supposed to be, somewhat slim but rather tall. Marcus is average size but very muscular. Evan's kind of somewhat semi-short and average sized. I mean average size by muscles and whatnot. That's what I mean. That's a nice sight. That's nice. I knew you hated playing middle. If I hadn't played club during high school, I would have gone insane. There were many times Marcus was forced to play middle for a high school team. I don't know if he would still be playing today if he hadn't joined the club team. You're really taking me back on the old nostalgia train. Did you also play club back in high school, Kenny? He looks familiar, but then again, I've encountered a million faces at those club tournaments. Not really. I didn't start playing volleyball until I was 17. My dad thought I was too big not to be playing a sport. The three of us give off a brief chuckle. I only played for my high school team. I'm giving him an accent, and because I just voice characters the way I see them, the way I think of them. Oh, I guess he's not that notable. Especially guys that tall are idols in the volleyball scene. Kenny looked back down at his phone. I thought we had to be here by 4. He holds up his phone, giving us a quizzical expression. It's 4:19. Who's supposed to be the 4th person? Vic. Okay, that makes sense. Whoever this Vic person was, he's living up to some sort of expectation. Sounds very reliable to me. You bet I am! I feel a weight suddenly land on my right shoulder. I flinch and nearly somersault as I fall forward into the sand. Once I finish landing, I crawl to my back to see a massive hyena looking down at me. Holy... No! He's not as tall anymore! No! It's ruined forever. Also, the muscles are even more than Marcus. This guy definitely was taking the hose. I had a joke there, and I don't know where it was going. Pretend you didn't hear me make that joke. I don't know where I was going. Jesus Christ! He's so huge. He is huge. Not as nearly as huge as Dirk had made him before. I was really expecting him to be a little bit taller because I'm just so used to Dirk's art. Are you Vic? Are you on the beach patrol? No. Then it's a pleasure to meet you. The hyena envelops my hand with his as he gives a firm handshake businessman aspire for. I feel like a miniature doll in comparison. Well, comprehension. My full name is Victor, but you could call me Vic, Victor, Victorious. Stinky. No, shut up, Ken. Wait, what? Kenny looks away, his expression mixed between abashed and amused. Vic inhales quickly. Just call me Vic. That's what I normally go by. All of the commotion diverted my attention away from the 5th person standing alongside Vic, dragging a cooler with wheels. They appear to be a white vixen about my height, wearing a t-shirt and short shorts. Oh my gosh, I love the art. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. Oh, they made her look so much better. Oh, she looks really good. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, is my hair fixed? Hello, it was Selma, right? Hello, Selma, is my hair fixed? Is everything good? Is the weather good enough for you? Do you need a wine? Do you need a beer? Because I will get it for you. I promise. You look great. Like, wow, she looks really good. Like, wow. I think I'm going for Selma first. And it's a shame, because originally I wanted to go for Marcus in the original, but now we're going for Selma. Don't ask me why. It's not because of looks, because if I was that kind of person that, if I was that kind of, how dare you think I would be that kind of person that would, focus on looks more so than their personality? How dare you? Maybe you guys need to take a long look in the mirror. A long look in the mirror at yourselves. Why don't you think about that while I talk to Selma? Is this why you asked me if I was on the beach patrol? I point and turn my head to the cooler that the vixen is pulling. Vic slightly lowers his voice but raises his pitch. Maybe. He grins as he looks at it, then back to me. Marcus looks a little displeased, sighing as he speaks. Again, Victor. Don't act like you don't take from the pot. Vic raised his eyebrow, raising his his upper lip. Are you going to introduce me to your friend, Vic? The attention shifts towards the Vixen, who finally breaks their silence. Wow, I'm not even important enough to introduce. They get up on their tippy toes. Wait, their feet are already digigrade and leap, attempting to whack Vic on the back of the head. Well, they got his neck. It was an attempt. Ow, Selma, what was that for? Now you took away the chance to introduce myself? Unbelievable! Selma sighs. They're about to elbow Vic in the side before thwarting their attempt mid-motion. Thankfully, the two self-diffused the situation, dissipating any possible tension. You spaz. Psh, you oaf. I'm sorry, Evan. She's a handful. Selma grins as Vic placed an arm over her. He got into the last laugh as he gives her arm a tiny flick. Selma rolls her eyes before redirecting her attention back to us. I ignore the obvious "how did you guys meet" question, saving it for another time. I don't want to make it awkward in case things were complicated. Marcus redirects the conversation back to volleyball. We should probably start soon. I'm sure the Greek houses are going to kick us off within the next hour and a half. Once again, Kenny glances at his phone and reveals the time to us. 4:30. Feel free to hop in, Selma. I bet Vic will thank you later. Oh, please. Selma and I are intercognate athletes. I don't know how to say that word, so we're going to pretend I said it right. He daintily places his hand on his chest, pretending to act pompous. The two laugh off the remark as Marcus motions to Selma. Blink twice if he needs help, who is more than happy to accept the request. The five of us walk onto the court. How long have I been recording? I think I'm going to stop before the match starts. I don't know. Let's keep going. So, how are we going to do this? I'll stop right before the match starts. We could rotate around so each of us sits out once. We don't have to play full games. Are you guys cool with single games to 21? Everyone nods and humps in agreement. Alright, so who wants to play with who? I give everyone a second before jumping to my first choice. I glance at the hyena. So tall and massive, he's a short boy's dream. Hey Vic, can I be your partner? Sorry Evan, but I'm taken. Of course you are. We return to confusion, not sure how to do this. I mean, I could play with Marcus, but that might just be unfair. We probably have years of partnership experience over these guys, so I'll save them for last. Instead, I choose to play with someone new. Yes, Selma! We're going to play with Selma. Let's save the game. Save. I'm going with Selma. And I promise you, as we go through the game, I will do different choices. We'll start with Selma, though. I'll go with Selma first. And who wants to sit first? Oop, that's a typo. Let me save that for Dirk. To let him know. You mean play 4 consecutive games afterwards? No, thank you. Selma gives an affirmative nod to Marcus, followed by raising her eyebrows. I mean, sure. I'll do it. Selma gives a cheeky smirk. Alright, ready, Kenny? Sure am. The lion's posture inflates. Kenny and Marcus take out a few balls from Marcus's mesh bag, throwing them next to the sidelines. As Kenny takes out the last two, I ask him to wait. Hey, so who's serving? Kenny looks up at me puzzled. He looks back at Marcus. Want to roll for it? He asks the three of us. Fine with me. Fine with me. I'll roll. Cool. Kenny, do you want to roll? Sure. Kenny tosses his other ball to Selma, and the two line up on the sideline, ready to roll for the serve. Closest without going over wins? Yep. On my count. 3, 2, 1, roll. The two balls scurry through the patchy sand. Selma's ball nicks the sideline and rolls over, going a few more feet. Kenny's ball has less power, stopping a few feet away from the line. That's unfortunate. Oh well, so do you guys want to serve? Marcus chimes in. Sure, which side do you want? I take a scoop of sand and let it fall through my fingers. The wind blew it east. Looks like the wind won't make any difference. We'll stay here. Okay. Marcus turned to Kenny, asking him to serve first. I'll take the right side if you don't mind. Fine by me. Summer leans... Oh, I love how she looks. Summer leans over to me as we got into position to pass. Send your attacks to Kenny. He only hits straight away. Okay. Kenny slapped the ball as he got into his serving stance. Time to run him dry. Ready? Summer and I nod. Service. Okay, so this art is still the same. I kind of figured it would be. Kenny took 2 steps, leaning forward in a jump float serve. Oh, but the sprites are different. I go. The wrong character. I messed with the characters. Summer takes the serve, lining up with a 3-step shuffle. The ball whirls in the air, slowing down as the ball only travels a few feet forward. Set me straight up. I move my arms out and set the ball right in front of her. I also have a sore throat slightly, so please forgive me. The deep line is open. Deep line, deep line. Summer clearly hears me, slowing down her approach and rolling the ball over Kenny with a high arc. He pauses as the ball staring at the ball falling behind his back. I'm gonna save that too. Kenny swats at the air but misses. Marcus charges after the ball, covering a 20-foot gap to save it. Behind you, Kenny. Marcus reaches out and saves the ball, falling to one knee. You're off, stay off. Marcus says in a weird tone, cut off by his panting. Kenny turns around fully, unsure where the ball was. Marcus' eyes widen. Move right. Kenny sees the ball above his right shoulder, descending fast. Ooh. Kenny's final contact goes into the net. Nice spot, Selma. We exchange a high five. Do you want first serve? You can have it. Okay. I pick the ball up from under the net. I jog back to the service line, spinning the sand off. I exhale. One serve. I line the ball up with my left shoulder. I glance over to Selma, who appears to be giving me signals behind her back. She makes a fist with her right hand and wiggles it to serve Kenny. I toss the ball forward, running into the toss, swinging fast. I hit the left side of the ball, directing it towards Kenny's outside. Kenny sends the ball flying over the net. Summer runs in and takes the return, commanding me to set her. Keep me off. I run to the net, setting the ball high, leaving Summer 10 feet from the net. Summer steps back and swings at half power, sending it straight to Kenny's corner. Even though his pass was better, it's still too close to the net. Is Marcus going to attack? Don't you dare. As that thought passes, the German Shepherd jumps, turning to swing. Gah. Marcus rips the ball between me and Selma. He lands softly, finishing the motion with a brush of his hair. He extends his hand out to Kenny. Nice set. Kenny reaches out to high-five him. I turn to Selma. We need to keep Marcus off the net. Yeah. With Marcus' leap and swing, Kenny's iron passes can turn into perfect sets. We need to make Kenny hit those instead if we stood a chance. Keep Kenny off of the net. Got it. Something feels a bit off. Are we approaching this right? We pick it back to pass, this time waiting for Marcus to serve. He tosses the ball, quickly raising his arms and swinging through. Wait, you know, I had a question. Isn't volleyball scores, or am I thinking of tennis? I thought, is volleyball scores the one where scores go up by 15? Or am I thinking about tennis? I might be thinking about tennis. He tosses the ball, quickly raising his arms and swinging through. Ooh. Crap, Evan, keep me off. Her pass stays on her left. All I can do is give her a high set, easy enough for opponents to read. I follow through and extending for the save and finishing with one knee on the ground. Selma returns the ball, making Marcus run cross court to pass. Marcus has no problem scooping the safe area. The safe attack. The ball goes to Kenny, who sets the ball high and inside. Marcus picks up speed, accelerating his approach as he jumps to the center of the court. Oh no. The entire front court is open. Marcus' arm swings slow down, dropping the ball straight to my corner. Crap, I have to haul ass to get this one. Mine. Come on. I lay out for the shot, sliding my right side to the sand and extending my arm. Got it. I saved the ball, sending it away from the net and towards Selma. Set me high. I yelled at Selma. She crouches down, putting her legs into the bump set. I get up and run for the seat, having enough time to see the other side. Kenny's stuck, unsure whether or not to pull off the net. Opportunity arises. Oh. I jump up and swing hard, aiming for Kenny's deep corner. The Lion bats for the high ball, only for it to slip through his hands. Yes, that's what I needed. I turn back to Selma and give her a double-handed high five. Great set. And a great save. Keep them guessing. Got it. Should I try blocking? Selma scoffs. No way. We don't have the height to block them. Selma walks back to serve as she finishes her explanation. I get back to my passing position. Time to get pelted by the firing squad. Selma's serve flies over me, falling short towards Kenny. The Lion makes a downward dog, struggling to scoop up the ball. I got it. Marcus darts to the other side, leaping sideways for the ball. Wait, leaping? Marcus sends a roll shot back cross court, short to Selma's side. The ball lands with no contest. I'm speechless. Selma's more vocal about it. Are you freaking kidding me? She swats at the sand. I remain silent as she sighs out of frustration. My bad. We exchange high fives, moving on to the next play. Looks like we have a duel on our hands. 9-10, jeez. 10 minutes later. This game feels like a stalemate. Anytime we side out, Marcus and Kenny make a rebuttal. Every time we score, that takes us an eternity. Send it short left. I poke the ball to the left corner with gusto. Marcus digs the ball, leveraging it towards Kenny's arm. The Lion gives Marcus a very low set to the outside. Watch your deep. I motion to Selma with my arm. She shifts her legs, taking a few steps back. Marcus springs up and gets under it. He snaps the ball as he finishes with his arm still in the air. The ball clears the net and falls in front of me. Ugh. Dang it, Marcus, how did you know? Nice spot, Marcus. Thanks, nice set. For them, it only takes a matter of seconds to score back. This is insane. Every one of our points is a grind to earn, and for them to make it look easy to keep up is just insulting. 10-all. We're tied, 10-10. We need to side out again. Marcus tosses the ball. As soon as Marcus makes contact, Selma shifts right, shooing me off. Mine. Her pass is right to me. I get in position to set, centering off the net as usual. As per our game plan, we send the ball to Kenny as he shifts off the net. Mine. Although not perfect, he passes the ball to Marcus on the net. Marcus starts to charge. He's going to attack again. He jumps and brings his arms up. I crouch, ready to take the hit. Hold on, what's he doing? The German Shepherd turns 90 degrees and keeps both arms up, sending the ball sideways to Kenny. Shit, he fooled me. Kenny runs in and swings at the immaculate set. Ugh. He drills it at Selma, who cannot bring her arms out in time. We got bamboozled. Selma slaps her hands forcefully. Son of a bitch! That's The Arctic fox glares at the lion. Selma stares daggers into Kenny, who shuts up and turns around immediately. I'm just as visibly peeved, but I shouldn't let them know. Hey, we'll get it there. We'll get it here. As soon as I say that, Marcus points to the sideline. Do you want to take the technical timeout? Sure. Marcus and Kenny walk off casually, not feeling the burn from the last point. Selma and I walk slower off the court, spinning each step trying to piece together that last point. I turn to Selma. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think we need to change our plan. Well, no shit. Marcus has us read like a book. Yeah, that's kind of his thing. What? I mean, I can see why it's happening. But how? His vision on the court is impeccable. He can read bodies like they're textbooks. I don't know how you could shut that down. Right, that's pretty freaky. But why does he keep scoring on us? Maybe it's the same reason? Selma scratches her head, still puzzled as she thinks. She grabs a bottle from her and Vic's cooler, acknowledging Vic in the process. You're losing me. Wouldn't it be the same logic if he could read an attacker, he could also read a defender? Like a kicker during penalty kicks. I guess that's one way to put it. Sure, that's an interesting way to put it. It's because she plays soccer, you dingus. I look back at Vic, giving him an unmused expression. I should have told you that earlier. It's what I'm at scholarship for. Oh, how long have you been playing volleyball? Since high school. They let us replace PE class for a year's worth of sports, so I played volleyball when soccer was in the off-season. Our off-season soccer class was a joke. Your school did that too? I did it, but our coach basically gave us credit for the off-season we played for a club team. Okay, now you're making me jealous. I wouldn't do that, Evan. You're gonna have to go through me to get to her. Someone rolls her eyes, poo-pooing Vic's remark. I'm still gonna note that. Yeah, I'll pass. Anyway, about Marcus and Kenny. I search through my backpack and pull out my flask. How can we beat them if Marcus keeps fixing Kenny's passes? Someone takes a second but responds with confidence. How about we make Kenny set and Marcus hit? I think you're taking a few steps back. Remember what I just said about Marcus's vision? Yeah, his vision and choices are on point, but Kenny's sets are awful. Even if Marcus gets a good pass, Kenny's sets give Marcus fewer hitting choices because they're so low and flat. He's also pretty slow at getting off the net, so along with his hands, his alignment will be off too. Right, even though he scored, Marcus barely had enough time to get up on the last attack. I mean, we did it unintentionally earlier, and it made some chaos. Why not try it out now when switching up later if it doesn't work? Works for me. Great. I'm gonna stop here. We're gonna see if this plan works out. It's been almost 50 minutes in this video. I'm gonna stop right here. First, I'm gonna save and go back to the main screen. So we're definitely gonna save. And I'm gonna go back to the main screen. There we go. Alright, so like I said, I'm gonna stop here for now. We will find out how the match how this match ends up with our newfound plan. Hopefully it'll work out. Our new strategy will work out. Evan and Selma's new strategy will work out. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I like it. The writing, for the most part, I mean, it didn't really change. That's about the same as it was before. The art looks really good now. The backgrounds are a lot clearer, very clear, in fact. Hopefully, Dirk, you don't get in trouble for that. But I'm excited. I really love the new redesigns. They look great. They look really, really good. And I'm very excited to keep going with this. But yeah, there's not really too much to say. It's pretty much the same VN. I just figured to start over since the art assets and a lot changed. But I'm liking what I see so far. It's good. I definitely will be keeping track of this. And no, not just because Dirk's my friend, but because I really enjoy this. It's nice. I'm not really into sports, quote, sports VNs. That was one of the reasons I stopped playing Tennis States. There was another reason too. One of the reasons I stopped playing Tennis States was it was so much, volleyball was so intricate in the plot, and I don't have anything against sports, but it was like really sportsy, and I'm not really into. I don't mind playing a sport. I would really like to play sports. I just don't really like watching them, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to people. But that was mainly one of the main reasons, that and the fact that so many people were already doing tennis ace and I was struggling to get through the VN. I don't know how to describe it. I don't think it's a boring VN. I hear really good things about it. I think just the beginning is kind of hard to get through. For me, it was really hard. It was really difficult to get through. But with that being said, though, I'm gonna keep track of this. The end, Dirk, keep up the great work. You've really been doing a fantastic job, and I hope that you enjoy my voices. Hopefully I didn't butcher your character too much as how you thought they were going to sound in your head. But with that being said, though, this has been Fallenwolf, and I'll see you in the next video of Ocean Avenue. Take care, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Oh, and before I forget, feel free, if you like this video and want to see some of my other videos, to comment, like, and/or subscribe, as well as follow my various playlists. Some of the VNs I have currently played on this channel include Dastra, Echo. I'm currently going through Familiar Travels, and Neko Jissi I played. So feel free, if you really enjoy Furry VNs, to check out my channel and check out more of my lovely videos. But like I said, I'll see everyone later. Till next time, take care. Bye.